Dr. Kemi for Kemi Talks Media. It's Monday, the 23rd of June, 2025. Let's talk about the Benin artifacts that were returned recently to Edo State. A lot of you have been watching the news, have been seeing all the coverage of the Benin bronze artifacts that were stolen from the Benin Empire in 1897. The British came out there, they burnt the whole place down, and they took the artifacts straight to the UK and Netherlands. Many of our artifacts were recovered from Netherlands, and the Dutch people actually returned our artifacts. I watched the ceremony. I mean, they had a whole ceremony for the return. Let's face it, some of us were not in the conversation when these things happened. 1897, the last century. The Oba of Benin fought so hard to get those artifacts back. When one Oba died, the next Oba picked it up. Now, the real thing that I want to talk about right now is the global cultural artifacts return and how it works. Why are we like this in Africa? They stole something from us, took it to Netherlands, and the Dutch just returned it. They came to the ceremony, they made the silly speech. They're supposed to compensate us a lot of money. Like this ceremony they had in Benin now. The Oba of Benin's oldest daughter was there. The wife of the kings, everybody was there. All well and good. But these Dutch people, they're supposed to pay us millions and millions of euros for stealing our artifacts. You see, if they give us, say, let me figure, 100 million euros, for the punitive damage that they stole all our works. These Benin bronzes were supposed to be for the decoration of the king's palace. And I really want to thank the Oba of Benin. Oba of Benin Ewuare did a lot to get our stuff back. He's the head of state of Benin Empire and the king. And at the end of the day, every governor that has ruled Benin, like Edo State, it used to be Midwestern state when I was growing up. Like from the Igbinedions to the Ugbemudias to like every single governor that's ruled Benin didn't take this thing as serious as they should do. Today, Edo State, has received those Benin bronze artifacts back. And I think it should have come with a lot of money from the Dutch. Not two ladies coming from the embassy, the tourism and all that. The people that got this thing stolen from were hurt. Have you ever heard something? Have you had something that you were so passionate about, it was a valuable, and they took it away from? Let me give you an example. I'm not a jewelry person, but let's say you bought a diamond ring or you made a diamond ring or something and somebody stole it. Wouldn't you be upset? There's no insurance. There's no insurance company to give you compensation. Not everything can be compensated. These were bronze artifacts and it's just gone just like that. It's like everybody in that Titanic was wearing millions and millions of dollars of jewelry. Everything was gone right into the ocean. And at the end of the day, let's say 200 years later, we have it 250 years later, 1897. And they brought it back, artifacts. That's my opinion. You know how I talk. I'm Kemi Talks. I talk about everything that needs to be talked about. So like I was just watching that whole ceremony on TV just now, a few minutes ago, and I'm just like, not good enough. We need to preserve our historical and cultural artifacts. And there should be something called cultural artifacts theft compensation. No, it doesn't exist, but I just made it up now. Cultural artifacts theft compensation. Maybe one of the lawmakers can put it into, government, but it's too late now. Everything's over. So anybody in the House of Assembly, House of Reps, House of Senate, all the lawmakers in Nigeria, start writing new laws because you're not working in those senates and whatever. Shout out to the Benin people. I'll be there in Benin one day when I return to Nigeria. I am returning when I'm 90. I'm 60 now. I told you I ain't coming back to Nigeria for nothing. In 30 years when I'm 90, I will be back. One more thing I want to say about that is in 2003, I went to Iraq and I covered the Iraq war under the NBC affiliate. When the war ended, some of the U.S. military soldiers stole artifacts from the palace of Saddam Hussein. I'm sure some of you have seen the photographs and videos of then. If you're Gen Z, 2003, you were probably 2 or 3 years old. Go Google it. You will see some beautiful artifacts and things. And some of the army, U.S. Army, stole some of those things and brought them home. After the Iraqis complained, okay, you came to do a war here, you stole our stuff and all. I mean, some beautiful things. The US government recovered everything and returned it to Iraq. And those soldiers were in trouble. They were prosecuted for that. Because you went to war somewhere, it doesn't mean you should steal things in there. So I think the Saddam Hussein Iraq one is a good one. And that would be the last biggest one. Of course, there are wars going around, and only God knows what they've stolen from any of these palaces. But these latest wars now are like literally AI wars. You know what I mean by AI wars? No one is going to Russian palaces. They're firing stuff all over the air to each other. Okay, no Russian is entering no Ukrainian palace or stuff. Everybody's just fighting in the air. That's why I said AI wars. But really, I wanted to give you that American examples. These things you can Google, okay? And that's why I'm here. Once again, thanks for listening.